Hello, friends, and welcome to English Unplugged, the podcast. I am so glad you are here today because we are going to talk about something that touches millions of lives across the world: learning English. Not the boring, textbook way, not the way that makes you feel tired or stressed, but the real way, the natural way, the way that actually works. English is not just a language. It is a bridge that connects you to opportunities, to friendships, to culture, to knowledge, and to the world itself. When you speak English with confidence, you unlock doors you never thought you could open. You can work in different countries, travel freely, make friends from other cultures, and learn from books, podcasts, and movies that were not available to you before. But let us be honest for a moment. Most people do not feel excited when they think about learning English. They feel fear. They feel pressure. They feel like they are climbing a mountain with no end. Why does this happen? It happens because we are often taught English in a way that kills the joy. We are told to memorize long lists of vocabulary. We are told to learn grammar rules as if they are mathematical formulas. We are forced to repeat sentences that sound unnatural and robotic. And then, when we try to use English in the real world, we freeze. We forget the rule. We mispronounce the word. We feel embarrassed. We think, maybe English is not for me. Maybe I am too old. Maybe I do not have the talent. Let me pause right here and say this clearly. None of that is true. You are not too old. You do not need special talent. And English is absolutely for you. What you need is not more rules. What you need is a different approach. Think about how adults learn any new skill. Imagine you want to cook. Do you start by reading a 100-page manual about the history of cooking, the chemical structure of salt, or the definition of a frying pan? Of course not. You watch someone cook. You copy the recipe, you make mistakes, you laugh about it, and you get better each time. The same is true for learning English. You do not need to lock yourself inside a room with grammar books. You need to live the language. You need to experience it, to taste it, to use it. English should not be an exam subject. It should be part of your life. So how do you do that? How can you bring English into your daily routine in a way that feels natural, not forced? Let us break it down step by step. First, listening. Listening is the foundation of language. Long before people speak, they listen. Every time you hear English, your brain is learning, even when you do not realize it. That means you should surround yourself with English as much as possible. Listen to podcasts, audiobooks, songs, news, or even casual conversations on YouTube. Do not worry if you do not understand every word. Understanding will grow with time. The key is exposure. Think of it like sunlight. The more your brain receives, the more it grows. Second, speaking. Many learners spend years studying English but avoid speaking because they are afraid of mistakes. This is the biggest trap. If you do not speak, you cannot improve. Speaking is not about being perfect. Speaking is about being brave. Every time you say a sentence, even if it has mistakes, you are training your mouth and your mind. Talk to a friend, join an online community, or even speak to yourself. Stand in front of a mirror and describe your day. Record your voice and listen back. It will feel strange at first, but this is how confidence grows. Third, reading. Reading is not just about textbooks. Read what you enjoy. If you like travel, read travel blogs. If you like technology, read tech articles. If you like stories, read short stories or novels. The more you read, the more you see words in context, and the more naturally they stay in your memory. Reading is like food for your language brain. It gives you the ingredients you need to cook your own sentences. Fourth, writing. Writing may sound formal, but it does not have to be. Write a short journal every night. Write a summary of a podcast you listen to. Write an email draft. Write a social media post in English. The act of writing forces you to organize your thoughts. And the more you write, the easier it becomes to express yourself. Now, let us talk about the elephant in the room, grammar. Many learners fear grammar because they believe it is the heart of English. But let us get this straight. Grammar is important, but it is not the starting point. Grammar is like seasoning in food. You cannot eat salt directly, but you add it to make the dish better. Learn grammar gradually, through use, not as a separate mountain of rules. When you read and listen to real English, you start noticing grammar naturally. Another myth about learning English is that you need to spend long hours every day. The truth is, small, consistent practice is far more powerful. 10 minutes daily is better than 3 hours once a week. Consistency beats intensity. Make English part of your routine the way brushing your teeth is. But here's the real secret: emotion. Humans do not learn deeply when they are bored. We learn deeply when we are moved. That is why stories are powerful. When you listen to a story, you feel emotions. You laugh, you imagine, you connect. And without even trying, you absorb new words, phrases, and patterns. If I tell you a grammar rule, you may forget it tomorrow. But if I tell you a story where that rule appears again and again, you will remember it forever. So the question is not, how do I study English? The question is, how do I experience English? Put yourself inside stories, conversations, movies, podcasts, and real-life situations. Treat English not as a subject, but as a living experience. Let me give you a practical framework. Imagine your week as a plate, and you need to fill it with English in small portions. On Monday, listen to a podcast while walking or cooking. On Tuesday, read a short article or story. On Wednesday, write a short journal about your day. On Thursday, speak out loud. Describe your surroundings or call a friend. On Friday, watch a movie or series in English, with subtitles if needed. On Saturday, review 5 words or phrases you discovered during the week. On Sunday, relax and tell yourself a story in English, either in your head or loud. Do this every week, and you will see your English transform, not in years, but in months. Of course, there will be moments when you feel stuck. You will face days when English seems hard, when you feel like you are not improving. That is normal. Think of learning English like going to the gym. You do not see results after one workout, but after weeks and months, the changes become visible. The key is to keep going, even when you cannot see progress immediately. Another powerful idea is community. Do not learn alone. Join groups where people are also learning English. Share your progress, your struggles, your discoveries. Teach someone else a new word you learned. When you teach, you learn twice. Remember, English is not about being flawless. Even native speakers make mistakes, forget words, and mix up grammar sometimes. What matters is communication, not perfection. Now let us talk about the mindset. Many people carry a heavy burden of fear when learning English. They compare themselves to others. They think, that person speaks better than me. I will never reach that level. Stop comparing. Everyone's journey is different. The only person you should compare yourself with is your past self. Ask yourself, am I better today than I was last month? That is real progress. Also, Celebrate small victories. Did you understand a joke in English today? Celebrate. Did you speak one full sentence without hesitation? Celebrate. Did you write a short message without using a dictionary? Celebrate. Every small step adds up to a giant leap. Let us not forget another powerful tool, technology. We live in a time where learning English is easier than ever. Apps, podcasts, YouTube channels, online communities, language partners. These resources are everywhere. Use them. You no longer have to depend on a classroom or teacher. You are your own teacher now. But with technology comes distraction. Be mindful. Do not spend hours scrolling. Instead, choose meaningful content. Replace 10 minutes of random videos with 10 minutes of English practice. Slowly, these minutes will build into hours of valuable growth. As we come closer to the end of this episode, let me leave you with a vision. Imagine yourself 6 months from now. You are sitting in a cafe in a foreign city. The waiter asks what you would like, and you answer confidently in English. You meet a traveler, share a conversation, and laugh together. You open a book or listen to a podcast without struggling over every word. You feel lighter, freer, stronger. That is possible, and it starts today with the small choice to live English, not just study it. So here is your challenge after listening to this episode. Take one step today. Listen to one story. Write one journal entry. Speak one sentence aloud. Do not wait for the perfect time. Start now, wherever you are, because English is not a mountain to climb. It is a road to walk. Step by step, story by story, day by day, you will reach your destination. Thank you for joining me today on English Unplugged, the podcast. I hope this episode gave you not just information, but inspiration. Remember, you are capable, you are ready, and your English journey is alive right now. Keep going, keep learning, and keep living the language. Until next time, stay motivated, stay curious, and stay unplugged.